for 3 T69s.
Yeah, and of course 2 AMX50s and of course 2 T1s. So definitely a
more mobile
definitely
team.
a slightly more mobile. Yeah.
Look at their opponents. IEF starting down south and going
heavies.
for this really heavy setup. And logically, they're going to go to the city, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, with this kind of setup, what are you going to do? You're not going to risk it out there in the field.
Yeah, so the IEF team, they were going to the city, and now looking at the AVANT-GARDE team, looks like they are going for the field.
Well, except for those T1s, that one going to the inner city, the other one staying on the city edge. Everyone's out there on the field.
Yeah, pretty much all of the tier 8 tanks now, are moving towards the eastern edge.
But I don't get the feeling that IEF's going to go for a full-on push like the Night Eagles did.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, they got heavy troops #1, and it looks like they're going for very conventional.
Standard defensive
setup.
Yeah, definitely. So they are actually kind of camping in the center, central city area, and
but still covering their rear as well towards the starting point, and not. That's what I'm assuming. Not allowing their opponents to get a flank towards the city edge either. So right now, just by this initial setup and stalemate position, I'd have to say that it's really all on AVANT-GARDE.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the ones who are going to have to make play here.
The thing is, I feel like every time AVANT-GARDE plays, they do make some sort of play. They're not the kind of team to just kind of sit back and
they never camp. They never camp. It's pretty much
and
like
they're pushing quite heavily now.
Oh, they are.
They're pushing
I'm actually kind of surprised that nobody's going for the city edge.
Yeah.
So in the middle, everybody's pushing down south to the east.
But it's because that one of their T1s went all the way pretty much almost on the city edge, and they didn't spot any tanks there, so they know that that city edge is not guarded at all. So what they're doing now is they know it's open, so might as well take it while it's open.
Oh, now the MX-50s, both MX-50s actually just converging slightly towards the city edge. Obviously, the MX-50 can't take as much punishment as the other heavy tanks. We've said it many times, but I think they're really the best sniping heavy tank out there. As a support tank, it's just it's got so much firepower. It's
so much range, so much firepower. Of course, that 6 auto loader.
Oh yeah, if you get those shots,
so much
if you get those shots, you will take out any tier 8 heavy tank, especially if you got 2 MX-50s. Now, obviously, reloading is quite a hassle, but if your opponents can keep if your mates can keep the rest of the opponents busy, then you'll have time to reload and provide support fire.
Yeah, that's the AVANT-GARDE team now on the city edge. They're actually
unchallenged.
Unchallenged. Yeah, they haven't been spotted either. So
look at that. Right now, IEF has not budged an inch. So they're really going for this conventional defensive setup down to the southwest. So right now, you know what? AVANT-GARDE has all the luxury in the world to actually enter the city and challenge.
Yeah, quite
possibly. That would give them the advantage.
Quite possibly. They have to use the cover though, because if they just rush into the city,
they've been spotted now.
They've spotted now.
Okay, that T69 has been spotted.
Yeah, and IF have to respond to this. They have to actually pull their forces more towards their base.
Well, basically, that's what I would do. I would go to the edge. I would still leave 2 heavy tanks or perhaps 1 heavy tank to the inner city just for a potential flank that might come from the city edge. And look at that, right now, yes, AVANT-GARDE getting the idea, they're retreating. They're probably just going to enter the city in the middle.
The central
road.
road.
Because it's a lot safer, and they would be undercover.
Yeah, they are actually now moving in towards that central road.
And that's exactly what they're doing, pretty much. They're going to spread their forces after they enter the city and undercover. So once again, coming from AVANT-GARDE, not surprising, they're really quick to figure things out, as we've seen so far in this tournament. And oh, surprise, IEF is not moving at all.
Yeah, definitely IEF, the more passive team. Now AVANT-GARDE have to find an opening quite soon, because
it's a pretty solid defensive setup.
Yeah.
I mean, that much is clear.
It is.
It's very conventional, but it has proven its efficiency before. So it all comes down to how AVANT-GARDE's going to tackle this.
Yeah,
they got the more mobile team, but let's not forget, in close quarter combat, the
heavy tanks will definitely have.
Exactly. Undercover, they're under the gun here.
Yeah.
So they have to come up with a flank.
Yeah,
they have to somehow surround their opponents. And right now, considering how IEF is actually being positioned, it's going to be very hard for AVANT-GARDE to do.
Definitely.
If they don't get an early kill, it's going to be very hard for them.
Yeah, and actually they're actually right next to that second road now. So the second outer road, they're actually, I think they're just waiting now, because that T1 is actually right next to the AVANT-GARDE, or not the AVANT-GARDE base, the IEF base. So he's trying to get some more vision on the IEF team before the heavy forces move in.
Yeah, and right now we got a peek at fresh meat.
Yep. pretty much all 5 of these tier 8 tanks now. Yeah, moving all together now.
It's a very risky push, though. It's a very risky push. They gotta divide their forces at some point. But right now they are unchallenged. They're like,
but
okay,
they did cross.
They did
but
cross.
They've
been spotted. They did cross, and right now IEF knows that they're all clustered together.
Yeah, IEF now, they're actually repositioning their KV5 and their T32 now.
Yeah, and
pulling
people
them
are
up.
just like slightly but surely they're pulling. They're pulling up north.
Yeah.
They know that they've got the advantage as long as they stay under cover.
Yeah.
And as long as they do not allow AVANT-GARDE to flank them.
Definitely.
But look at that. The MS-50s.
They got to take out this T1 because this T1 is spotting every single one of their tanks. They got to take that T1 out, or else they're
the
just
MX-50 is slightly like behind. Yeah, the T1 is taken out, and the MX-50 is slightly behind as well. So. Oh boy, this is going to be very tricky.
Yeah, this is very tricky because actually both teams, they're actually both undercover. So, no real advantage going to the other team, but but AVANT-GARDE is the more aggressive team, so they're most likely if it does come to a firefight.
They're not idiotic though. I mean, they know that if they go for a straight on push, they'll get mangled.
Yeah.
So they really try to find like a weak spot.
Oh wow, but actually Griven taking down quite low, and Panza actually, wow, yeah, they're actually quite low right now. They took a lot of hit points. Yeah, during that push, because actually, while they were pushing towards the central city, and then they actually retreated.
Yeah.
So while they were retreating, they actually took quite a bit of fire. So I think 2 of their tanks are a little bit low at this moment.
And let's not forget, they've got those T69s as well, so which is great if you're out there in the open with lots of space to move out. But right now, those heavy troops on the IF side are definitely having the advantage as long as they stick together and do not let themselves be surrounded.
Yeah.
And right now, considering the setup, I mean, look, they've reverted to their original position. They're really not taking any chances whatsoever.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what? They know their opponents. I mean, come on, this is AVANT-GARDE. Like, would you risk it? I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I personally would not.
Yeah, but I think it's just a little bit too passive.
Well, obviously you can't win. Like, this is a strategy that basically will not allow you to win 100%.
Yeah,
but at least you, honestly, you're just like, it's a statement to your opponents. Okay, you know what? We won't go for your base. We won't try to kill you. But if you want to win this against us, you really are going to have to come up with something quite special.
Yeah.
And, well, right now, yes, as you've mentioned, AVANT-GARDE having no other option but to retreat and come up with something else right now.
Yeah, because they took
their entire strategy has been compromised.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, IEF is just not giving any options to the AVANT-GARDE team because,
well, exactly. Like, the way that they're positioned right now and their tech selection, I mean, it would be nothing less than suicide to try to break through
exactly.
They've got to go for a surrounding maneuver, but there's only that much that they can do. I mean, look at that sudden position. It's just, what can you do?
Yeah.
If you come from the field, you're right there in the open.
Yeah, and then if you come from the city, then you're also out in the open.
Well, sort of. You could go for a push, but considering like the tank selection, you're still outgunned. And as you mentioned, Griven, like, who took quite a bit of damage. I'd say he's like 70% down, at least on hit points, and that's not good, especially not for T69. So one shot, one direct shot would be enough to take him out.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely from one of those.
And they can't risk it because that tier 8 point advantage would be enough for. Actually, no, because one T1 went down, but still, would you risk it? I would.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
a minute and a half left, but right now, as you've mentioned, like, it's more the IF side that's really not allowing AVANT-GARDE to play at all.
Yeah, I mean, if I was the IF team, I would actually, try and meet the team at least. I would have
within the city limits, like sort of at least exchange a few shots here and there, try to start something. But no, it's just more than passive right now. They're refusing combat.
Yeah,
they're refusing combat.
Pretty much in about a minute left remaining in this first set. I have a feeling it's gonna end in a draw.
So do I.
Yeah, I really don't see
so do I.
how
like, there's no way. There's no way like AVANT-GARDE's gonna risk anything at this point.
Yeah, because they know that IEF is not gonna move at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're not moving at all. As a matter of fact, really doesn't take a crystal ball to figure that out.
Yep. So
Mark Sex has not budged a single inch. Like, we're seeing like hiding behind that ruin behind the window. He has not budged the entire 10 minutes.
Yep. So about 30 seconds left now. Most likely this is probably gonna end a draw. I don't see this match ending in any way. But actually the AVANT-GARDE, the AVANT-GARDE team are slightly moving. They have been spotted. Fresh meat now. They're being spotted by the IF team.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, but 10 seconds left.
This is going to do it.
This looks like it's going to be a draw. Yeah. Looks like we will have to replay this first set on Runeberg.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you know, I really want to see, you know,